There are some people that we're connected with. There are some things that we're connected with. There's some situations that we're connected with. And God is telling us in this new season that I can take you no further. I've blessed you just as much as I can bless you with the current way that you are. And I can't take you any further until... I'm telling you that this is the season of decisiveness. And not only is this the season of decisiveness, this is also the season of execution. Some of you have been blessed with gifts and you're not operating in the gift, and you want God to take you further. And he was like, oh, somebody better tell him who I am. I told you to operate in your gift, and your gift will make room for you. And see, tomorrow we're going to make all of this relative, but some of us are not operating in your gift, and your marriage is suffering because you're not operating in your gift. And so God has allowed you to experience some difficulties. Like for real, some of our marriages are suffering from communication. And a host of other things. Why? Because when you're operating in your gift, everything else seems to just fall into place. Now I'm not, oh, come on. Now I'm not attacking you. There's two ways when difficulties and challenges come your way within your marriage. There's two ways that you can respond. You can either respond calm, which means that you've had time to think through, because people think that just because there's a gap in the communication that it's not communication. No, sometimes we really do need to close our mouth and to think before we respond. Sometimes you don't even need to respond. You just need to take the rebuke, make the adjustments, and grow. There's certain things that I just don't argue with my wife. Let me tell y'all something. My wife is a detail-oriented individual. I remember one time I was sitting down at my computer and I was sending out a letter to one of my clients, right? And I typed it up nice. Oh, come on. And I'm not even wired for detail. I'm a very interactive person. I love people. I can sit here and do this all night long. My wife, not so much. And after a certain hour, she's like, okay, Daddy, I've had enough. It's time to go. And everyone, it's been a nice night. Oh, because I got to go home with her. And for all the boricuas in the building, you know, when that blood runs hot. And so one day I was writing a letter at my desk, and she came over and stood over my shoulder and looked at the letter. She said, is that the way that you're going to send that out? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, no, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Woman, I'm grown. I'm grown. I'm sending this letter just out like this. And she said, I'm sorry. And took the letter and walked out my office. And I'm sitting there looking at this. Like, oh, she's tripping. She said, oh, by the way, send me the file. I said, okay, cool. Are you sending this out like this? Yeah. Once you bring it back, I'm going to send it out like this. So she goes, about 20 minutes later, she sends the file back to my email address. It's in PDF format. She said, first of all, it has my logo at the the logo's at the top, the address, the 5 parts of everything is in its place, the date. No, ma'am, I'm not sending it out like this. What some of us will do, and if it was me a couple of years ago, not even say 5, if it was me 3 to 4 years ago, I probably would have sent it out the same way. And she'd school me like, you don't ever send a contract out in Word format. They can alter your contract and send it back to you. And then you got them signed up for something, and when you want to hold them, what you think you had them sign the contract for, and now and you looking stupid holding the bag. And there's certain things that I have no business arguing with her about. I don't go into an operating room and tell the doctor, yeah, you need to cut 2/3 of a centimeter below the centrifugal vein. Are you crazy? You're not a surgeon. Sit your tail down somewhere. And what some of us are doing is you are operating outside of your lane. And it's causing contention in the home. My boy E says that when he gets into it with his wife said, okay, yep, you pitched the 10, I'm definitely going to bring the circus. What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest. Listen, October 30th to November 1st. What's going down? You know it. GROWCON 2020. I'm going to say it one more time.
GROWCON 2020. For those of you who've ever been to any of the Grow Marriage conferences, you know that they have been phenomenal. Now listen, COVID-19 and this whole COVID-19 area has been challenging for us, right? Why? Because the children are at home, the husband is at home, the wife is at home, and we've been put into a predicament that some of us have probably never been in before. In other words, you weren't prepared for it, right? And so it's presenting some challenges and difficulties in a ways that we've never experienced challenges or difficulties, right? Get your ticket now. Come through to GROWCON 2020, and what we want to do is give you the tools necessary to show you how to navigate through this current era, right? Who will be there? None other than Jorge and Kayla Sierra, co-hosts of The Good, the Bad, the Sexy. Preach Paul Garrett will be there, and I promise you, we're going to dive into some of the ways that we are wired, right? And some of the ways that drive our wiring, right? And he's going to take you on a deep dive, and I promise you, if you've ever been to the Grow conferences, then you know you are in for a treat. Myself and my lovely wife, Faith Green, will be there, and guess what, y'all? Oh, the music is going to be popping. None other than DJ David Settles will also be in the building. Listen, this is going to be something that you don't want to miss. You need to invest in your marriage, and we're going to give you one of the ways to do that, right? From October 30th to November 1st. Get your tickets now at GrowCon2020.eventbrite.com. It's GrowCon 2020. It's your boy Quest. See you there.